What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another World of Warcraft video for Legion Remix. Now, today we're talking about how to get your character as powerful as possible, as early as possible in the Legion Remix. I will try to give you guys at least one path that you can choose to get powerful super early, although there are a couple of paths you can choose from, but I will give you the one that I'm planning to do myself. Either way, I'm streaming live on Kick, so please feel free to come by and say hello on Kick, and watch me do my Legion testing or even Legion gameplay live on Kick as well. I'm live every single day around the evening times in Europe, so that is going to be like noon or past noon in North America, like between noon and 3 PM in North America times. So come by on Kick, throw me a follow or join the Discord channel to be notified when I go live. Either way, let's get powerful in Legion Remix. Now, when it comes to power progression in Legion Remix, your main source of power early in the game will come from gearing up. Now, gearing up is super simple. You simply level up, get gear, and then at max level you get the best item level gear from doing raids or super high level Mythic Plus. We're not talking about that here. We're talking about infinite power and how to get as much infinite power as possible from an early stage in the game, and just how to set yourself on the right path to success power-wise in Legion Remix. So gearing is super simple, super straightforward, but what about infinite power? Well, infinite power is ultimately made up from infinite knowledge, which is a system that basically increases the amount of infinite power you get from various sources. So you really want to get as much infinite knowledge as you can, as early as you can in the game itself. And this is where you can start choosing a path of progression super early in the game, because infinite knowledge comes from achievements. These achievements include completing raids, completing dungeons, completing every single dungeon, or very specific ones on normal or heroic difficulty, or even doing quests, side quests, sojourner quests, and just doing the entire campaign quest as well. So when it comes to priorities and getting power, your priority should be number 1, get as much infinite knowledge as you can, and then number 2, start farming infinite power. You should not farm infinite power before you have the amount of infinite knowledge that is currently available to you in that content phase. And the thing is, you can get to rank 20 basically on launch, possibly, depending if they hard cap it, but achievements wise, based on PTR testing, you can get at least to rank 22, possibly even rank 24 on day 1 or day 2. Once again, depending on what they lock behind content phases, but simply you can get +5 from doing all the quests, which means if you're leveling, by the way, you don't just have to rush to max level. There's a big advantage for simply leveling in a normal world tier mode and doing every single quest. Because if you do that in every single zone, you will get +5 infinite knowledge, and then by doing the campaign quest you will get at least +1, and you can't get +3, but some of those are locked behind the Legion Fall or the Landfall content phase and the Argus content phase as well, but you could get +1. That means from questing alone you're looking at +1 and +5. So +6 infinite knowledge from simply questing. And if you do heroic world tier, questing takes way more time. So for me, I'm going to go for normal world tier, do every single quest in the game, and at level 80, if I still haven't done every single quest, I'm going to keep questing. Priority number 1, do every single quest in the game. And after that, priority number 2, do every single dungeon currently available to you on mythic difficulty. The thing is, if you do every single dungeon on mythic difficulty, you are looking at +10 infinite knowledge as well. So simply from doing number 1, all quests while leveling, you're +6, and then plus all dungeons, you are now 16 ranks of infinite knowledge, which is a very good starting point to be in. That being said, not every single dungeon might be available at launch, as some of these dungeons are usually locked behind either the Argus content phase or the Legion Fall, I keep calling it Legion Fall, Landfall content phase. So If all dungeons are not available in phase 1, you will not get plus 10, but you might end up getting plus 7 or plus 8, but likelihood is you will get plus 10, and then you also get even more infinite knowledge by, for example, completing 100 world quests. You get plus 1 from that one, defeating 50 empowered enemies in Heroic World Tier, that is another plus 1, so you get a bunch of infinite knowledge from just about everything in the game, and this right here is a full list of what you get infinite knowledge from, and you basically get it for doing achievements. So hunt down these achievements. But to give you a quick TLDR on the routes, you basically have two different ones. Route number 1, and the one that I'm going for, is leveling in normal world tier, doing every single quest that is priority number 1, and then priority number 2 is doing every single dungeon currently available on mythic difficulty, and after that we're doing side quests like, for example, 100 world quests, 50 empowered enemies, and anything else we can, like doing the raids as well on heroic difficulty or normal difficulty for even more infinite knowledge as well. That is basically path number 1 and the one that I'm taking. After you have done that, you can keep farming infinite power and just become incredibly powerful. That being said, path number 2, and the one that I think most people will choose, even though I think it's way less effective, is going to be leveling in heroic world tier, because that seems cool, and I mean, it's a new thing, right? So people want to experience the new thing, but you spend more time killing mobs in heroic world tier, but you might end up leveling to 80 faster. So what they are doing is basically getting the plus 10 for completing mythic dungeons earlier, and then they start doing the side quests and the main quests at level 80. So like max level, and then they complete the side quest in original zones for plus 5 as well. So they simply rush to max level, do mythic dungeons, get plus 10 infinite knowledge as fast as possible, and then they backtrack and do side quests. So which one of these two paths you should go for is definitely just based on how you want to play. They both in the end up achieving the same thing. The differences are, the path that I'm taking, you are always working on getting infinite knowledge. Meanwhile, if you're rushing to max level, the way these guys will do it is either quest in the open world with heroic world tier, or simply spam dungeons with heroic world tier, and their focus is getting to max level as fast as possible, and then they start working on the achievements and working on getting infinite knowledge. But to me, I don't see the reason for being level 80 as fast as possible, outside of getting gear perhaps, but even the gear, it's so easy to get anyways. I feel like the thing is, when you get infinite knowledge from achievements, it gives you a golden opportunity to work towards endgame while leveling. So for me, it just makes way more sense to level in a normal world tier on the first character and simply do all the quests that I can while leveling, and then I will experience heroic world tier on my alts instead. I will also say, by the way, I will have a whole separate video on leveling in Legion Remix, and if you abuse heroic world tier, you can level incredibly fast. So people who only care about getting to max level as early as possible, heroic world tier is probably going to be the way to do that. Either way, I just wanted to talk about how to get the insanely powerful super early. So once again, focus on infinite knowledge, number 1, and then start farming infinite power. Also, for anybody who wants to have a location to farm for infinite power, considering we are at the end of the video here, I want to reward you guys for watching the entire thing. So check out this farm right here. It's a farm that I discovered on the PTR, and I mean, I've been farming here in the past as well in Legion. It's a pretty good location, and the thing is, even for experience, if you're leveling, it's a pretty decent place, but it's even better for farming bronze and infinite power at max level, because the mobs spawn with anywhere from 90% health to 10%, but they always give you full loot tables. So being in heroic world tier, you can one-shot these mobs and get insane loot for it. So farming in infinite power and also bronze, this place right here is great. I will also say, by the way, simply doing dungeons and raids is also very good, but what you could for example do is farm in this location while being in the queue for a dungeon or a raid. So either way, just go and check it out. that's basically the video, so hopefully you enjoyed. Follow me on Kick if you haven't yet, kick.com/SolheimTV, or check the link down below. Follow or subscribe, for more content in the future as well, and thank you for watching. Please drop a like, and let me know how you are going to level, and your path, in the comments down below. As always, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video very soon.